So this was inspired by so many of you asking me, how do I put everything in the trifecta together? And by trifecta, we mean loss forecasting trading system, which focus on market timing, okay? RSI, 4 zones RSI coverage system focuses on momentum. And then the skinny in the markets, which provides education and research on stocks and futures. So whether you have 1, 2, or all 3 of these, you can use this training, right? So I want you to either keep a digital format, perhaps you don't have easy access to a printer, and that's fine. In that case, you would just hit this button here to download it, save it to your machine, okay? And you might get a funny name, like a file name, because how we have to store things. You might want to rename it HimaReddy Trifecta Trader so that you can find it easily. All right, if you want to print it out, go ahead and use the handy dandy print icon. And it'll print out all 7 pages. It fits neatly on 7 pages. My team beautified it after I put it together. All right, so page 2 will get into the training plan and important questions to get you in the right mindset. So whether you've been with the HimaReddy Tribe for years or months or just days, this is important for you to do. The training plan asks important questions to give you your reason for doing all this. We all trade for a reason. To assess yourself before you get into the tutorials. So this self-assessment box here, which I'm gonna highlight for you, okay, this is meant to be done before, and then you save this latter part for later in the program. But at the beginning, I want you to answer all these major questions that have some sub-explanation. And again, if you download the document and can edit the PDF, you can type right on there, save the notes on a different file, or if you printed this out, write with pen. Now, page 3 is where the schedule begins. Now, I have designed this to span 12 weeks or roughly 3 months or 90 days, because truly spending the time to learn and then reviewing what you learn, both are super important, okay? This comes from my own childhood. Every time I'd learn something new in grade school or middle school or high school, and I'd ask my dad for a lot of homework help, he would say, first read through it, right? Look at what the teacher gave you. Then review it back to yourself, even say it out loud. Then see if you can go recreate it on your own. Write up the explanations, explain it to somebody else, okay? That's the full approach to fully absorbing and learning something. So I lay out a 12-week plan, and it's very important for you guys to understand that this is designed whether you have 1 or more of these. If you have everything, great. Start at the beginning, start with 4 zones. If you only have 4 zones, no problem, start with 4 zones. And then when you're ready for skinny in the markets or loss forecasting or both, you've got the game plan, okay? And the first week, week 0, so that would be right now, if you're getting ready to implement this, includes filling out page 2, okay? Testing all your system portal logins. Maybe you're newer and still getting to know your way around the portal. Make sure all our notifications are coming to you. And we have lessons emails currently that come to you for the different courses and the different systems that we provide. We may change that in the future. So that's why it says read any lessons emails you may receive, because that's something we do as we adapt the product. All right, now let's look down to the subsequent weeks. You can see there's badges on the left column for every system that I want you to look at to do the tasks. And then notice after week 2, it shifts away, and I want you getting into the skinny in the markets. Now, I recently taught the Skinny School, which is accessible to any Skinny in the Markets member, whether you have lifetime access, subscription, or a 30-day pass. And this is a reflection of that. So I've laid this out now in a week-by-week program. Again, you can go faster if you want, you can go slower, but I'm giving you a pace that I think is realistic for most students' ability to spend time in their trading business, which is probably a few hours a week. Some of you have a few hours a day. Some of you only have a few hours a month. So this is the sweet spot. All right, so this carries on with the futures and the stocks. Then we get to loss forecasting. The loss forecasting trading system dives into my simplest market timing tool, coupled with a very objective and highly powerful trend defining tool. And together, they can really add this other boost to your trading, right? After you've got this price and momentum foundation. But if you're coming in starting with loss forecasting, no problem. Just skip down to week 7 and follow the steps. These mirror what is in your course portal. If there are ever significant changes, then we'll just have a different updated version of the Trifecta Trader loaded up. All right, now week 9 is where we start to meld everything together beautifully. Notice there's 3 badges in each column, and I'm giving you a systematic way derived from exactly how I've introduced this and recommended this to some of my coaching students about how to take all this stuff and put it into action. So we got the group coaching focus, then your practice application and reviewing and filling in the gaps. With week 12, getting you in a path to really tracking your progress, checking in on where you're at, okay? And then you can go back and repeat this, or if you're ready for more and next steps, then here are some options to explore. But that's our walkthrough of the first version of the HimaReddy Trifecta Trader training guide.